Greetings and salutations. I hope everyone's having themselves a mighty fine day. Please like the video, subscribe, check the description, do all the YouTube things, help me out, share the video, all those good stuff. Things. And I want to talk about Jambavan. Maybe a small little tribute video because obviously Jambavan is literally like not in this story very much. Even in the side story, the Black Bear and the Firefox, she's mostly present in the first chapter, and then the second one she's already has been killed, and it's more so people talking about it and seeing the aftermath and effects of her death. She was the true number 2 of the Yaksha clan and was a really kind person, and I think Kurigam did one of the things that I think is pretty hard to do as a writer or creative team, and is to truly get an audience to care about a character kind of retroactively very quickly without doing much. And I thought she did a good job getting us to feel for Jambavan and feel the effects that it had on the clan and other people, and especially Yaksha because that was his lover, and the fact that the clan didn't even feel anything because they were all so mesmerized with the beauty and the radiance of Shuri. They didn't even consider how their king would feel, and it felt that the king had to be with the most beautiful person there, which is Shuri, and she wasn't ever the true number 2. And it's kind of sad. And it's interesting because I think Jambavan immediately stouts out, not even because she's kind of cute, but like she's kind. And Suras and Nasikas and Rakshasas that we kind of meet more often than not, they're not like that. Yaksha stood out for that reason as well because he was just like a nice dude. And you're like, oh, like you kind of expect a certain level of demeanor and certain type of demeanor from most Suras. And she didn't fall into that stereotype. She was literally weakening herself, making her an easy target for people by giving body parts that she had to save humans from certain illnesses and sicknesses. Like truly, truly a beautiful and kind soul. And it was just sad to see how it happened. And you know how much it affected Yaksha even until his like dying his last days, and Ran was, Ran kind of popping up was what kind of gave him a little bit of happiness and hope until those final days and whatnot. So it's sad to say, but ultimately I have to give Kurigam credit where I'm like, I would argue that even with the chat, the people who I was having a conversation with, Miles and Glam and stuff, we all had our hearts sink a couple of feet into the ground, and we knew it was coming, and it still hurt us to this degree. So, shout out to Kurigam. Rest in paradise to Jambavan. She was good. I liked her. It would be nice and interesting if we get maybe a very small interpersonal story of maybe how Yaksha and Jambavan first meet. Because remember, he's already being called the old man by the time that they're kind of like cuddling up and walking around and looking at Shuri with pity and whatnot. So I think that'd be cool. But quick little tribute video. I just wanted to shout her out because I don't know if we'll ever really get a mention of her again in the main story. It might just be like a side story and she never really pops up again in any meaningful fashion. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I wanted to give her flowers. So shout out to you, Jambi. Rest in paradise. Patreon gang, shout out to the Patreon gang. Yes, sir. Shout out to my certified BAM lovers. I appreciate y'all deeply. Gotta give a big shout out to the Priest of Fire. That's the real CBL Brilliant gang. You already know what it is, but especially gonna give a huge thank you to my tier 3s, the 5th Zen Gods. Shout out to Zodiac, Sonny Katapali, Simi, Silo, Shoddy to your body, Scobe, Revenant, Lucky Roo, Lazy Dragon, Chris, Johnny Rogers, Jacob Holland, Irene Sharda, Fitz, Triss, and my boy Abdel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.